Wow, I'm not sure really where to begin. I guess I'll begin where really where it counts the most, and that's with these young men. Second guy to my right, Tyler Johnson, just did an unbelievable job this evening, and Tyler has done an unbelievable job for 4 years. I'll try not to be too long. Tyler came to us from California. He was the first guy that made the move from California. He came in with a class of Pat Cantwell, Sal Tagliata, and Nick Tropiano, who actually was drafted last year. These seniors came to us and bought into what it is that we were trying to build here, and then the next guy to my right, Willie Carmona, came with a bunch of terrific juniors, and it begins and ends with your players. And these guys have played great tonight, played great this weekend, this season, in the time that they've been with us. And I cannot, I'm just speechless that I can't thank these young men enough for coming to a great university like Stony Brook and being a part of our program and bringing us to this point right now. So I want to first and foremost thank them. To come to this regional and win the championship game over a great program like Central Florida and what they did this year, and a storied program like Miami and Missouri State with their pitching staff, it just goes to show that with tremendous hard work and dedication and more than anything a belief that it can be done, it in fact can happen. And so this is an amazing accomplishment for our university, and I want to thank all the people at Stony Brook, our president, my athletic director Jim Fiore, my assistant coaches, our support staff. It is just a fantastic place that we are able to educate these young men and coach them, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it.
Questions from the players?
Dave Bauer, Bright House Sports Network. William, obviously Adkins provoked you in the first inning, and after that I don't think he got out. He almost took his head off with a line drive up the middle. What happened? And obviously you were fired up throughout, and once the game ended as well.
Words were exchanged. I mean, I'm not sure what he said exactly, but it was just the heat of the moment type of thing, and it just escalated and it got out of control for a few seconds.
David Feronis, College Baseball Insider. Guys, just the overall sense of satisfaction coming out of this regional as number 4 seed, which most people called the toughest regional to come out of.
Well, I mean, I'll speak for the whole team, but this feels amazing. Last year with how it went, and kind of the disappointment we went through, and getting this far, and knowing how talented a team we were, no matter where we're from, and coming into this regional and beating teams like Miami, and UCF, who can really swing the bat, and Missouri State, who I think is the best ERA in the country for the whole year. It's it's quite an accomplishment for us, and it's a great feeling. But we still got some work to do.
Tyler, Walter Villa from Newsday. Can you talk about, had you ever pitched on 2 days rest before, and how were you able to throw 119 pitches on such short rest?
I can't remember in my college career if I've ever pitched on 2 days rest, especially after I think Friday I threw 110 pitches or something like that. We got a good trainer. He did some pool work this morning. Kept stimming the arm a little bit. And to be honest with you, when you get to this point of the year, it's mostly adrenaline. 119 pitches. It's just goes into all the work you've done all year, and by this point you're doing it more for the guys next to you than you're doing it for yourself. So I'll tell you, I'm very tired right now, but it's a great feeling anyway. We did a great job today as a team.
Tyler, was there a specific moment in either the tournament or this game where you started to feel that you could do this, you could come out of here and win it? I mean,
I'll look back at that game against Missouri State. We were on the mat for a while. It was the 7th inning. We were down by 5 runs, I think, 6 runs or something like that. And even for the most optimistic person, it seemed a little gloomy. And then, like we've done all year, we put put together some great offensive, numbers. We hit the ball around the yard, and we came back, and then, kind of just picked up from there. We kept the ball rolling, and you can't say enough about the guys at the plate, and especially this weekend, what they've done with the bats. It's amazing. Yeah, I think, but that would probably be the starting point for us coming out of that losers bracket.
Chris Stock with the AP. Willie, can you just talk about the 5-run inning that you guys had? And you guys had big innings throughout the weekend, but just your double comes in that inning, but just to overcome the deficit in that inning.
We just, honestly, I think eventually when you have an offense like ours, eventually things start to roll, and sometimes it comes in 1 inning, 2 inning, and then maybe a few down the line, and it just happened that we scored 5 in 1 inning. But I mean, it wasn't, it just happened to be in that inning, and from that point on, we didn't stop scoring, and that's how you got to win games.
And then just the offensive output all weekend long. You guys scored at least 8 runs every game. Just the lineup that you guys had. I know you guys had success all year, but just this weekend that you guys were able to put.
We were just up at the plate, and no matter what, we didn't give in. We didn't want to give up. No matter how many outs there were, no matter how many strikes we had on us, we just kept swinging the bat. And we all know that if you don't swing, you can't make contact. You can't score runs.
Willie, how gratifying was that double, bases loaded? For you?
It was one of the most amazing feelings I've ever had, considering it was a really heated moment, and then it was a big time. And when it went down the line, I was ecstatic.
What happened at the end of the game there between when you guys came out?
The same thing as the first inning. Words were exchanged, and it escalated really fast, and it just happens when it's a big game like that.
Well, you guys 50 wins. I assume you guys' mindset now is not to stop there. Just your confidence level going into next weekend and your goals for the rest of the way.
We expect to play well the way we have been all year round, and we'll see what happens from there.
Any more questions for players? Thank you, John.
Thank you. Good job, guys. Good job, Ty.
All right, now questions for Coach.
Just the performance that Tyler had, again, just 2 days notice, or 2 days rest, and just to come back and do what he did and keep you guys in.
Just absolutely tremendous performance. He really exceeded what my expectations were. I was thinking, we were actually thinking we were probably going to have to use three pitches to kind of piece it together, and then it seemed like Tyler got, he really got a second wind, and I guess as he described it, got an adrenaline rush, and he started throwing the ball best, from the 4th inning on, and we were monitoring him every inning, and we felt that with him and then Josh, because he had such an effective outing against these guys last night, if we could somehow just make it Tyler and Josh, that we would be in good shape. Not that the third guy wouldn't have been able to do the job, but we were more confident with Tyler and Josh. So his performance was nothing short of outstanding and exceeded our expectations.
You mentioned expectations. What were your expectations going into the tournament, and if and when did they change?
Our expectations ended up coming to fruition. We came in here believing that we could win this regional. And that really, that goes back maybe to 2010 when we were in that regional and we got our first win. And then last year's team, although it had an incredibly disappointing end of the season, we felt that team was a part of moving to this. We felt that was a team that, just as this team did, went deep in a regional, that team could have done the same. And so this is a lot of years of hard work and playing at a high level, and this has become a goal, despite the fact that we've only been Division I a short time. We felt that this was a goal and more attainable over the last several years. So there was no doubt that we came in here believing that this could be exactly how it would end up.
Coach, can you talk about Willie, MVP of the regional, and his performance?
Willie is one of the best hitters that I've ever been around. He has power. He has power from both sides of the plate. It's scary how hard he can hit a baseball. Willie has done everything we've asked. Until this year, he was actually our closer as well. And we had him up, warming up there at the end, and he hadn't really pitched in, geez, it seems like forever. He is a tremendous baseball player. He comes from a great family. He's a great student. There's not a lot of Willie Carmonas that come along too often. You know, those are the kind of guys that we try to recruit, because we can recruit Willie Carmonas not only for the way he performs on the baseball field, but how he handles his academics and just his business in general. Then you know we're going to be successful, and that's why he is such a success himself.
Coach, one of the things you've touched on all weekend, I think in probably every press conference, has been the support from the staff, the support from the people back at the university. Talk about traveling down here, making the furthest trip of anyone, and I mean it's obvious even just from interactions that we've seen and just everything that you've really got a great staff on your hands and the backing of them clearly.
No doubt about it. That the support staff that you see on this trip exemplifies the sort of support that we have on a daily basis. Right now we have an incredible amount of facilities. On Wednesday we're going to have a ceremony to open up a brand new weight room. We're getting a brand new arena. The things that are going on at our university are just tremendous because of our administration, and then on the day-to-day things, as well as what the administration does. I tell people that that my job is so much easier because of our support staff, our athletic training staff, our strength and conditioning coaches, our academic people are absolutely second to none. That was the first major thing that was done by our present administration. They came in and they made sure that academics was taken care of, and we have a brand new academic center. So it is really it's really terrific to be able to work at a place that has the support that we have.
You talked about how Carmona was warming up there at the end, and he's the most valuable player, obviously, for his bat. But if it got a little dicey at the end, were you still comfortable with putting in Carmona on the mound?
I was kind of going back and forth, and I'm glad I didn't have to make that decision. But I was probably 60-40 to not do it.
Any more questions for Coach?
Coach, is Stony Brook the best story in baseball now here in the NCAA tournament?
Well, if it's not, I'd like to know which one it is. I think that we are deserving of all the attention that hopefully will be coming our way, and if it doesn't, that's okay too, because that's not a big deal to us. However, I will say that it is deserving throughout the year. College Baseball Insider, for example, Baseball America, so many publications nationally have followed our players, have followed our program. Recently, we were ranked, the College Baseball Writers had us ranked, Baseball America had us ranked, and I'm grateful for those people for supporting us, but they were right. We deserve it.
LSU,
we're pretty good.
LSU in their Friday game had over 10,000 fans, the only college baseball team to do so. Have you or your team ever faced an environment like that, or anything close to it?
Not 10,000 fans. When we went down to Myrtle Beach, we played in front of a fairly big crowd when we opened up against Coastal. That was the year I think they were the 4th seed nationally. And we performed terrific that day. When we went out to Arizona State in 2008, we played in front of several thousand people opening night, and again, our players went out and performed at a very high level. It is something that I think that it's how you look at it, and I think we look at it as a positive. We're looking forward to being in that environment. We were excited to come down here and play at Miami in the Coral Gables regional, and you know, in a against a storied program. And I mean, there's not many better college baseball programs historically than LSU, and so we're looking forward to the next challenge, and I think our guys will be ready.
Any more questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, everyone.